tuning into another episode of Living Off Experience Podcast. It's your boy Breeze. By myself today. Co-host not here. And me. He in his bag, he in the gym getting ready for his fight August 6th. You know what I'm saying, in Maryland. I'm hoping I can make it to that jump, but you already know, man, I always support regardless. No matter what. So I hope my guy in me focused and he ready. It's that time, man. You next up. Yeah, man. Speaking of that, it's like sometimes he can't come. I may need help with the pod. It's just me. It's me. You know, me focused, setting up the camera, doing this, doing that. So I'm always needing help. Whether you want to be on, it seems like people go, yeah, man, I want to hop on the pod, and then they know where to be found when I'm giving them the details. Like, come on, man, help me, help you. Like, you want to be around? You could just be a bystander on the couch, just chiming in. You could be a guest. You could be, you know what I'm saying, getting people refreshments, whoever on the show. You could be behind the scenes. Edit, help me promote. Trying to think. If you build logos, help me come up with a new Living Off Experience podcast logo. But my joint straight up raw. And at this point, we're just like, man, as long as I drop something, I'm cool. But y'all probably going to get a podcast a week from me. For sure. Like, I had a good long talk over the weekend with my guy, Rel B. Abstract, the best photographer in the world. And you ain't getting no work done by him, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? I want to be able to, like, when I talk about my friends that do certain things, that got businesses, I can throw their act name on the screen as I talk to them, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. But I just be trying to put out stuff so fast that I don't try and get down to little nuances of the game like that. So, listen, man. Whoever can help, listen, man. I take all the help I can get, dog. But let's move on with the show. Living in a crazy world as always, man. It's always something crazy. You turn on your TV, you go on Instagram, you're seeing some wild shit. You know what I'm saying? It's just different. It's just, the times is different, dog. So as you can see, they didn't overturn this abortion law. So states around the country can now make a decision whether abortions stay legal or they're illegal. And that is just the craziest shit I've ever seen. How you gonna tell a female what to do with her body, dog? I don't get that. Like, regardless if they did the act without protection and the guy, you know what I mean, nutted in the chick, whatever, it don't matter. She still should have the option whether, okay, I don't want to have this baby, I do have this baby. You know what I'm saying? And you're paying for it. It's not like it's a free service and the doctor is choosing not to do it. Like, no, I got the right to make that decision. So I'm with all the women, man. I'm definitely with all the women because they're in the uproar. And I hope, man, they in the uproar enough for this shit to either get overturned or again or something gotta happen, man. But I think the tri-state area, as far as Jersey, New York, Delaware, Pennsylvania, I think they're gonna stay the same. Man. There's too much money being made, and they don't like losing no money. It was crazy because I had an interview the other day. So I was downtown and I walked past Apple Tree. Everybody know Apple Tree. That's the hitman office, as I call it. So I ain't see nobody out there. Like, no protesters with signs, none of that. Then I walked past, what is that? Like where City Hall at and shit. They was having something out there. I see some girl, I guess she's like a blogger or whatever. And she had the sign like, what's your thoughts on it? And people, like, she was interviewing people. I was like, oh man, it's got people talking. This probably was like a couple hours that dude was like fresh off the press with it, you know what I'm saying? That's just crazy, man. I really feel bad for these women, but I see these companies have stepped up. I see Dick's Sporting Goods and other companies I can't even think on top of my head is, you know, it's funding if you need to get an abortion, the locations, I guess that's abortion costs and transportation and stuff. That's dope. That's fire. You know what I'm saying? Because it's sad that they even had to do something like that, but that's fire that companies should do that. I think all jobs should do that shit, man. All jobs should do that. We all make mistakes out there, and you mean to tell me I can't correct a mistake? Having a child is a beautiful thing, but sometimes, you know, if you can't handle that and you're not ready for it, you may want to make that decision like, listen, I want to get an abortion. And you deal with the consequences, you deal with the repercussions as far as your body and what it might do to you mentally. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you just got to pray on it and hopefully God forgive you for that. And that's that. But to have somebody saying like, nah, you can't do this, you can't do that, it's just crazy. That's just nuts and it's just insane, yo. I don't get it. It's just stupid. It just leave me speechless to keep it all with a buck. If I was a female, I'd be raised as hell too. You mean tell me, motherfuckers can become trannies and switch their bodies all willy nilly and do what they want? A female can't decide whether she want to keep a kid or not? Crazy. Nothing against anybody that's transsexual or anything like that, but that's just nuts. Y'all give them anything they want. Should be equal. We all humans here. No matter if you're gay, black, white, male, female, we all humans. Come on, man. I don't be preaching on here, but I'm for the females in this one. Okay, man. Let's move on. You know, man, I didn't, at the age of 34, I got some experience with women on this earth, for sure. Yeah, I mean, I ain't no relationship expert or nothing like that, but I know women enough, and I've been around with good and bad relationships to know what's wrong, what's right, and how people, operate and how they work. And for the most part, people like what they like, and which is fine. That's cool, but I just don't like the people that live in this fantasy world and thinking they could just be super picky until they find someone that's just gonna love them and live happily ever after. That's fantasy world shit. You're gonna have to deal with somebody's problems. It's all about what you can deal with and what you're okay with. Just like you got issues, somebody gonna have to deal with them too. You gotta love people for the good, the bad. I'm gonna love somebody for, everything they bring to the table. As my man Dre would say, at Lane Carpet Cleaning, pop your Tylenol and enjoy your fucking headache. And the crazy thing is, one of the realest shit I ever heard. Like, that shit should be in the damn Bible or something, bro, because it is real rap. Pop your Tylenol and enjoy your headache, yo. And the crazy thing is, I didn't give that advice to probably two of my dudes, two of my homies. But I can't take that advice. So I'm like Hitch from Will Smith with this shit, man. I can have some of the best advice for you, man, but to myself sometimes I'm learning how to be more patient. But okay, I'm rambling. So we gonna get that leads into the next segue is, do you value physical and spiritual connection you have with a person versus material shit and status? Because material shit and status can come and go. Listen, a lot of people like that. Like me, my shit is based on the physical and the spiritual. If I'm not physically attracted to you, but spiritually connected with you, if we don't have a connection on that type of time, we'll never be. Yeah, we make a cake and we can have fun and be friends. But that's where the bus stops. I don't care about how much. Yeah, I mean, as long as you got something going for yourself, it is fucking hard out there. Ain't nobody, motherfuckers ain't millionaires. That shit is hard. You know what I'm saying? So whether you making 6 figures, 5 figures, as long as you taking care of shit and you got good head on your shoulders and you making shit happen, I can deal with that. But some people be having good connections with an attractive person, and because they may work at a certain job or make a certain amount of money or not fortunate to have this and have that. And I be like, y'all motherfuckers act like y'all shit don't stink. Now, don't get me wrong, it's a preference. If you really getting it out here, if you the type of put them, you a chick make $200,000 a year, of course you're not gonna mess with a dude that make $30,000. He brings no value to you. That don't even make sense. Now I get that part of it, but it's just like, for example, let me kind of break this shit down. What I mean. Let's look at the jobs I've had over the past 9 years. Okay, the last 8 years, I worked at one job. You know me, you know. I worked at Chestnut Hill Hospital. Hear that? That sounds sexy, doesn't it? I worked at a hospital, Chestnut Hill Hospital. I was a supervisor overnight for security, meaning I was the boss of my shift. If a girl asks me what I'm doing for a living, I say, I'm a supervisor of security at Chestnut Hill Hospital. Sounds cute, doesn't it? Sounds like, right? Sounds dope. Okay, now if I tell a chick I work overnight at Giant stocking shelves, and you weigh it with the security supervisor at Chestnut Hill, which sounds better? The Chestnut Hill Hospital sounds better. But listen, I can tell you what's the better job. The overnight stock at Giant is. with less responsibility, and the work is pretty much plain and simple, you made more money here than there. Chestnut Hill Hospital, title-wise, sounds the sexiest. Yeah, I probably can get over. I probably can sit here and attract some females with that title, because I feel like you're the man, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But I've made money at way more jobs. I made more money stocking shelves, and it's not even like a close job. It's like a cool $5 difference. When I was at Parks overnight housekeeping, made more money at Chestnut Hill. Now the only other title I could say, now the pharmacy tech, that sounds a little, you know what I mean? So I'm not gonna compare that to Chestnut Hill Hospital. You know what I mean? Because that sounds like you involved in medicine, so you making some money. I'm not gonna compare that, but I'm just saying, like, man, titles really don't mean shit. Yeah, definitely, man. If I was anybody, man, you worry about a physical and a spiritual connection over the material status shit. Because anything can fall. You can be the man one day and not be the man. Unfortunate shit happens. Be humble. If you're just doing great in life, cool, man. But cool, if you only want people that's on your type of lane, alright, stick to your lane. You can't knock somebody for hustling and, you know what I mean, staying down until they come up and doing what they can do for their family, for their kids and shit, and knocking them for it. Like, what you want a nigga to get? So I'm supposed to have, it's either be a millionaire or don't work. You know what I'm saying? It's just funny, because a lot of chicks don't even be honest, like, what they deal breaker is. So if nigga got everything, and he ain't on wheels, and you like, oh, I like my nigga to have a car, and everything else is cool, but he just not on wheels right now. If you're not willing to work with that nigga, you don't want nobody, because that can be fixed. That's something. It's material shit. That's something he can buy in 3-4 months. Something he can easily get. You know what I'm saying? Versus a motherfucker that's a bad person, that can. When you bad, you bad. You don't take. You don't change. A lot of people don't change their ways, man. For the most part, you stay the same. You just grow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm 34. I'm not too much different than what I was when I was a kid, bro. I just matured over the years. That's all that shit is. So it's just like, man, I just think people simple-minded when it comes to this shit, man. Like, I'm not. Who am I to tell? Like, you like what you like at the end of the day. But I just like, people got to be upfront on what they like, what their deal breakers are, so people can know. Don't get involved and rank up 2 or 3 times and out of nowhere it's not gonna work for you. And I'm like, what? That's insanity. You should have made that very, very clear. Oh, I like for dudes that I'm involved with that make $70K a year or more. I mean, be honest. Yeah, I try to stay in my lane. And the funny thing about it is, most chicks that do that barely be making more money than you. Like, that you acting like you a rich bitch or something. Like you rich auntie or something. Like, get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit. Like, that shit pisses me off now. If you're a 6-figure job, I give you that. Your life is lavish, I give you that. Then I'm blind, okay. I was wrong for, you know what I mean? Let me stay in my lane. You know what I'm saying? I was wrong for that. But I just think that's insanity, man. You know what I mean? Like, you just gotta find somebody that's as fucked up as you. Deal with their ups and downs, like I said. Pop your Tylenol, enjoy your headache, man, and continue to try to grow with the one you're dealing with. Don't be trying to give up so easy. You gotta learn to be patient. I'm learning to be more patient, even though I'm not in a relationship. But you know what I'm saying? Through my dealings with women that I'm gonna have over here, I gotta learn to be patient with people, man. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they do something, you don't like, oh, get done, block, cut, bye. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna know if this person's for you if you ain't got patience with them. Alright, man. Enough of that. Moving on, man. Yeah, what else I want to talk about? Oh yeah. It's funny, man. I see a lot of like I said, I got a lot of homies that's in relationships and stuff like that. And for the most part, the examples that I got it's pretty sturdy. Like, they're gonna be with their girlfriend / fiance / wives forever, I think. But you can't say that, but it just looked like for a long time, should I say? And it's like definitely when it comes to women, man, it's like you can do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, like a list of bad shit, but you better not commit the holy sin and cheat. And it's insanity to me that people put cheating over here with like the holy sin but it's not considered a fuck up. Like it's not considered a mistake. You can lie, you can cheat, you can lie, you can be disloyal, you can be abusive, you can, you know what I mean, you can be, it's a lot of people, that's a lot of shit women put up with. But it's some girls like, you cheat, they fucking on. And it's like, how is that not part of a mistake? Like, let me make this very, very clear. Nobody that cheats means to cheat. It's an instinct. It's something that fucking happens. It's something that you have to avoid, something that you can't put yourself in. If you're a single man and you was hitting these streets 5-7 days out the week, you get in a relationship, you can't hit the streets 5 days, 7 days out the week, or you're gonna cheat on your girl. You're gonna be tempted. Same thing with a female. So I just feel like people gotta make it seem like cheating is the holy sin. You know what I'm saying? It's the holy sin. Now the holy sin for me would be my girl falling out of love with me and falling in love with somebody else. That's a whole other story for another day. It really is, because I could take 1 or 2 body. You do your thing 1 or 2 times, I may be like, alright, you was up front with me, you was keeping it a buck, I'm okay with that. But the minute you start acting different, I can't get no time for you no more, we can't even share no moments together, and you getting your head done and it ain't for me, oh I know I'm done. That's a hurtful piece, because chicks, man, they methodical with their shit. It's gonna get bad, and I don't want no parts in that shit. I really don't, man, but it's just like, I just don't think cheating's the holy sin, man. Any relationship you've seen past 20 years, yeah, psst. Come on, man. What be wrong? Any relationship you see 20 past years had some shit. Somebody did some fucking up. It's part of it. It's a time you live in this fairy tale world. You see Dirk in India, Moneybagg Yo and Aubrey, and Jay-Z and Beyonce, and all this other shit. Let you fuck up your head. You don't think Dirk in India cheated or did some foul shit? You see what happened with Drake and Kevin Gates? Now they've been seen back together. They're gonna be back together. That fucking happens. The relationship gonna get put through something, through the test, and you gotta overcome that shit. And if cheating may be one of it. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna get put to the fucking test. And if the love prevails, you're gonna overcome that shit. That's a fact. And I would take that type of love any day over this bullshit. I love you in 2 weeks shit because we linked and had sex a couple times. Man, fuck that. I need a real connection. That we gonna be together with thick and thin. We gonna weather the fucking storm and thug it out. Yeah, and then we gonna come to the table, we can communicate, whether it's bad or good, we gonna hold hands and talk about it. Facts. You know what I mean? Yo, man, listen. I remember I was working at the hospital and shit, and I ain't gonna say his name and shit. So I had a homie that worked at the hospital or whatever. So him and my other man, you know what I'm saying? I mention my other man's name because he don't really got nothing to do with it. It used to be him, my man Meech. This back in Chestnut Hospital was in his prime. I say it's about like around 2016. That's when it was good to work at Chestnut Hospital. So they was nurse assistants. So they had their little breaks. They'll come down. I'll be at the desk. They'll come and get the rapping. So one boy, he used to always just come holler at me about shit, whatever, cool. My man Meech, we always talk. So they talking, and I'm like overhearing their conversation. So the boy, he's breaking down how he was in a poly relationship with 2 chicks at one time. And this shit was just so fucking amazing because it's like, number one, I don't even got the mind capacity, patience, nor strength to even want to court 2 chicks that know they being courted at the same time to be in a relationship on the same house. I got to do the same thing. That's sick to me. I don't know how y'all feel about that. That may look sexy to you. That's first of all, that's a rich man habit. You got to be up to do some shit like that. And I think that's just some fun shit. So he sits there and tells a story and breaks it down on how he set this shit up. And it shit is the most craziest shit of all time. Now, to this day, I don't think he still has that situation. I don't think so. But I'm going to talk about it. If you know, you know. I'm not going to say no names. So he says, so I get interested in the conversation. So he like, all right, bro, I'm going to break this shit down. This is what he says. He said, look, bro, I already knew I wanted 2 girlfriends. So in his mind, he knew this. Like he was plotting. This wasn't some shit that just naturally happened. Shit like that. So he says he had 2 sets of chicks. It was 2 Puerto Rican joints, two black joints. So he says the 2 Rican Jones, he said, I don't think they was with it or whatever, or he couldn't just get them to link. What happens is, the 2 shorties, you know what I'm saying? Hold up, I'm trying to, wait, what did he say? Okay, he gets both of them pregnant. This is some fucking brother polite shit. He gets both of them knocked, right? And they don't know it. So he put it in his head like, yo, I'm gonna invite them out, see how they interact with each other. And then at the end of it, I'm just gonna tell them what it is and see how they feel. So he said, man, we go out, bro, kick it, we have a good time, this, that. Now, I don't introduce them as my girlfriend. I mean, none of them, because one of them I'm in a relationship with already. The one that's been far along pregnant. So he says at the end of it, he tell both of them, like, listen, Kiro Jr. is my girlfriend, she's pregnant, and I got her pregnant too. I was hoping, you know what I'm saying, y'all could get together, really hit it off, you know what I mean, because I want to be with both of y'all, all this crazy shit. And I'm just sitting here in amazement, like, you a bold nigga. You lucky you survived that night. So, they was upset about it, of course. Boom, when he said, he leaves, so he thinking like, man, it's a wrap. Until he get a phone call, I don't know about which one of them, he get a phone call by the girls and say, yo, I want to meet up again. And they link again, and they been in a relationship. And the fucking shit he used to tell me, he used to be like, yo, bro, it's kind of crazy because it's like, man, what I got to do for one, I got to do for the other. And you know what I mean, with my check, I made it to where, like, a certain amount of bread is get taken out and it automatically go in their accounts. He said, bro, I couldn't even text you no foul shit. Like, nothing about no other chicks or anything, because they got my text message screen, their periods come on at the same time. I said, you wanted that life for what? What, to check it off? That's insanity. Then he had to deal with 2 pregnant chicks at the same time. That's nuts to me. I had to share that with y'all. Like, me, it's a no-go. I'm cool. I don't care. Like I said, the closest I ever would go to that is having a threesome. And my threesome, I'm not the type of nigga that's dealing with a chick and she go pick out, and we go pick out somebody. No. My shit more deeper. I'd rather it be somebody you already know, cool with, we all cool, and the shit just go down and shit like that, you know what I'm saying? But I don't gotta have that. It's funny, on this channel, I got my almost had a threesome, but I dropped the ball story time. If you wanna go watch that, you can watch that. It's like the only time I could have had one. I fucked that money up, but because it wasn't set up, so I was just doing that shit. It was the funniest shit ever, but yeah, man, that's just crazy. I couldn't see myself in no poly. No, can't do it. Can't, because you just don't know. Chicks is too fucking unpredictable, man, when it comes to their feelings, bro. So you gonna get hit with the double whammy, both their periods come on at the same time? Then you have to deal with 2 pregnant chicks, 2 babies. You buy her a pair of sneakers, you buy her a pair of sneakers? No. Their life is done. I said, that's a rich man habit, man. I shouldn't even work for Lou Williams. I'm cool. So, and then what happens if you have a sexual connection with the one over the other? It's going to happen. That's why it's meant for you to be with one. But I'm gonna leave that alone. So, yeah, man. That's just crazy. Like, yeah, man. What I wanted to touch on. Look, man, it's a lot. It's getting crazier and crazier when it comes to, you know, the single game and dating out here. The playing field is fucked up. It's one of those things where it's just like, man, you just gotta take shit with a grain of salt and be like this, man. It's such a game, man. These chicks with this mask. The mask is real. And it's like, I talk about this shit from time to time, but I wish I could talk about it on a more intellectual level that I talk about it. Like, you gotta, if you know type John, You know what I'm saying? Like, most women gonna know what I'm talking about when I talk about the mask. And most niggas, some niggas don't give a fuck. You just go out here, run down on bitches, and you trick nigga, you pick pussy. You don't care about the mask. You don't care about how chick think. You don't care about her being comfortable with you, up front with you. You don't care about bringing that guard down, man, so she can be all yours and be comfortable with you. This not for you then. But the mask shit, it's fucking deep. That's why a lot of my shit I talk about when I talk about chicks a lot more than men. It's facts, and chicks be playing a certain character till they feel comfortable with you. It's all facts, man. It's like, but some of you niggas be wearing a mask also when you shouldn't. You gotta understand, man. If a chick wanna like you, love you, fuck with you, be around you, if you be yourself, it's gonna happen. If she like you, she like you. This is be you. Be open, be vulnerable, dog. So she can be the same way with you. Like, chicks is on the defensive because niggas is so fucking out of pocket. Chicks lie to these dudes on the daily because these niggas they're so unpredictable. These niggas become the new bitches. They don't know what type of feedback and answer they're gonna get. And niggas always judging females. Like the niggas that do this red pill content, they judge women like women is the problem, like they can't be the problem. Like, dog, you gotta put the mirror up and look at yourself, man. If I do some nut shit to a female, I'm taking responsibility of that. I'ma own that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even take offense when a chick do some nut shit to me. I have a conversation with my mans about it, something like that. Yo, that was crazy. I still take the higher road. Cause it's gonna come back to you. It's gonna come back to you. I don't gotta curse you out, call you all types of bitches and da. Nah, God gonna deal with you. God's gonna deal with you, you know what I'm saying? That's fine, that's cool. You miss your wave, don't spin the block with your skiboard though. Slurp or surfboard, I said skiboard, that's crazy. Surfboard, don't spin the block with your surfboard. You've done like dinner. So like, man, look. If I'm serious about a female, man, I'm gonna make sure she's comfortable, it can be. I'm gonna make sure we both will be open book. I share some things with you, you share some things with me so you can be comfortable. I'm not gonna judge your past, I'm not gonna judge what you've been through. I'm not gonna judge your upbringing. Just know I'm here. You know what I mean? Even if I hear some crazy shit you say, depending on how you say it, you know what I mean? I'm gonna know what type of person you are. Like real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, shout out to my man C Boogie, Dom Game Division. He breaks that shit down on a more international level. And I always be posting these videos in my story. I tag him in them joints and all that. Like, he be talking some shit. Like, we grew up around the same age. He be talking some shit. And I be like, man, this nigga hit it on the nose, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, he break that shit, dick that shit down to a T. Like, and it's all facts when niggas, like, when it comes to that mad shit, that nigga, you really know it. Like, yeah, man, like, you really gotta, man, you serious about somebody, man. You can't be wearing no mask, playing no character. You gotta, really, and be yourself, man. Be yourself, be human. You know what I mean? Listen, somebody gonna deal with you. They gonna deal with you. Like, you can't be like, oh, no, I ain't gonna tell her that because she ain't gonna fuck with me. No, that might make her fuck with you more if you be honest and upfront. Like me, I'm an open fucking book. But I do realize I need to watch who I be an open book too. Because some people just want to know, and tell your business and this and that. So you may be talking to a female about something that you did 10 years ago that you may not be so proud of, but you laughed it off and chalked it to the game. And the next thing you know, her girlfriend that don't know you, like, yeah, the nigga Breeze used to be that's. I'm like, yo, that was just me and you having a conversation trying to build. I'm just telling you about my life so you can get a better understanding what I went through the years, and you sat there and you're judging me and told your friend about the shit. That ain't nothing sacred. That's the bad thing. Like, if I'm going on a date and have a conversation with a chick, I ain't coming home and telling my man every detail. I'm like, yo, we had a good time, man. It's on the up and up. And we gonna leave it at that. I don't want to know that shit. You know what I'm saying? Well, another thing I want to talk about, man. When you're in a relationship, I say I'm not a relationship expert, but I see this a lot. That I don't like that females don't let men be men, and sometimes niggas don't let females be females. And what I mean by that is, on a personal level, when you dealing with your homies and your friends, boy talk is girl talk is girl talk. if my girl got a group chat or texting her friend, I don't want to know what the hell she said. I guarantee you I've been part of some slander before. Cool, ha ha, he bid on me. That's fun. But I don't know what, I'm not going to go on your phone and look what you said and be like, oh, I'm mad that she said that. Why she say that? Like, no, I'm not doing it because that's how women talk. Just like men, we bid and laugh about shit. That's between us. We laugh about it, ha ha, he. You go in nigga phone and see that how we talking. You like, no, that's men talk. We don't, you know what I mean? Girls and men talk two different ways. Like, gotta let your folks have their personal space. You know what I'm saying? That's just like if y'all living together and you come in the crib and there's 4 females there and they sipping wine. Get out! Oh damn, y'all having girl sex? Oh, all right, babe. I'ma head out. Couple hours, let me know, you know what I'm saying, when it's clear. I don't even want to be part of that. I don't want to be around. I don't want to be nosy. I don't want to know everything that you're doing. That fucks up the whole situation, man. But hey, I just wanted to give y'all a little tip because I've seen y'all be going through a lot of problems with that bullshit. But yeah, man, I'm going to wrap it up. It's your boy, be signing off. Living Off Experience Podcast. We here, baby. Ain't going to stop. I'm going to keep going. We try to deliver a podcast at least once a week, if not once every 2 weeks. I'm trying to think. My man fight coming August 6th. If you in the Maryland area, Maryland Live Casino, man. Get your tickets, support my guy. Like I said, if I can make it, I'm gonna go down, depending on what I got going on. Like I said, if you wanna help out with the podcast, man, hit me up, please. You got my phone number. Hit me up, please. There are a couple people that was supposed to be on the pod, and you know, I don't see no names, but sold me out. You know what I mean? You ain't come through, but nigga. But yeah, man, if you want to help out any way possible, man, just hit me. Instagram, Grease_LOE podcast. Podcast page, Living Off Experience Podcast. You know what I mean? Yeah, subscribe to everything. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube. Yeah, man, just keep tuning in, man. Support me as much as you can, man. Fuck with it. Got any type of opinions, man? Share that shit with me. Any type of ideas, share that shit with me. On that note, man.